Okay. Okay. Talk a little bit about your research. You did a little bit about you what we call YouTube University,
Oh yes.
things of that nature. But tell me how much time went into that?
Ooh, hours and hours and hours. I become obsessive with things that I really like. So that very first day, I'm not gonna lie, I probably spent about a good 24 hours watching videos. And it was more so finding who I resonated with, whose teaching style that I liked. Like it was one young lady, I watched three of her videos, and I just feel like when it came down to the numbers portion of, because it's a lie, it takes you back into like chemistry and math heavy, but I'm a numbers girl. I love numbers.
Okay.
So when it came down to trying to figure out the ratio of what amount of fragrance I need for this amount of wax, there were at least three different candle makers that was making it so complicated to where I just paused and was like, okay, I'm gonna take one thing this person said, something that person said, and something they said, and I'm gonna sit with myself and figure it out. And I figured out my own formula that way. Then it was someone else that was talking about the different waxes, and again, it was like, why are you making it so difficult when it's not? So I was able to take a little piece from this person and a little piece. So that's why I watched so many different videos, because it was a lot of different candle makers and everyone had their own way of explaining it. But I just needed to find what resonated and made sense to me, and then be able to sit back and say, okay, because I would be making the candles while I was watching this. But of course, before that first week, I was waiting for stuff to come in, and I was trying to
Okay.
figure out what wax did I want to buy, what wicks did I want to buy. I also learned that I do not like to make candles with essential oils, because I made all the first candles that I made was with essential oils. And this may sound totally crazy to you, but you need more fragrance. You need more oils in the essential oil candles than you would with candles that are made with fragrance oil.
Okay.
So the ratios that they were giving me, I would burn a candle and I didn't smell anything. Even after letting it sit for like a week, I didn't smell anything. So I would have to go back and I would spend another, I mean, we're home for the pandemic. So
Right.
here it goes, another 12 hours, to the point where my boys would come in and, hey, Mom, do you need anything? Can we bring you some? Can I make you a grilled cheese sandwich? Because I was so just honed in on learning that part of candle making first and foremost. And I still, at this point, didn't have a business in mind. I was just very intrigued by the process. And it was something, again, that I've seen people doing. And I'm like, I can see me doing this. It's just needed to figure out the right formula.
Okay.
So, yeah, tons and tons and tons of hours.
So, just so everybody knows, I am a client because I have several candles. I bought some about 2 weeks ago,
2, 3 weeks ago.
2, 3 weeks ago, and I've been burning them. She says she can smell them in the house
Yes.
now. First of all, I do like the bottles. I like um, the pretty much everything about it, the packaging, things like that. How did you come up with that?
When it comes down to, so the jars, I'll start with the jars. I started out, the original jars that I got were more like the mason jars that have the screw top to it.
Mm-hmm.
And those were fine. I just was looking for a more chic look. I knew I had a particular aesthetic that I wanted, so I ended up ordering. Can I pull this
Oh
over
yeah.
to show?
Okay.
Okay. So I ended up ordering these vessels here. They're called candle vessels or jars, whichever. I'll do it this way. So I ended up ordering these because I like the chic look for them. And I only got one case at first because I still had not. I was making candles with the other ones, and each jar, each candle, you have to test it out at least 5 different ways, no matter what. So
Okay.
with this one in particular, because it was a lot more wider. I got these, and I first started out with double wicks. So all my candles had 2 wicks at first. I like the way that they burn. I feel like they burn even. I feel like they did not burn on the jars too much. So it was just more so like an aesthetic that I was like, okay, I can go with this, and I can do different things. If I want to go down to 1 wick, which I did, I could do that. The tops, I love gold. I love anything with gold. Whenever I tell people my favorite color is gold, they're like, it's not a primary color. And I'm like, it is to me. So, so that's how I came out with the gold lids. Now, as far as the labels, these labels that I have are not the original labels.
Okay.
My original labels were extremely bright. Like each one of them had their own personality to them, One was bright green. I have one called Jamaican Dance Hall. So I had like a Jamaican flag behind it. It was green. It was really bright. Rose from Concrete was one of the originals as well. So that one was really pink with roses on it and a different font. But either way goes, my point is I started designing my own labels because again, I'm very creative. Um, I like doing that type of stuff. That was another thing. I sat up just for hours, night after night, sitting up and designing the labels to kind of give them their own personality. So I came up with these labels though. I ended up switching to these labels maybe after the first year because I wanted more of a uniform look.
Okay.
So I decided, you know what, let's switch up the labels. It was becoming too much of a headache on me to have all of these different candles that I wanted to come up with, and I got to customize a label for each of them. And I had to do it based on, to me, the candles each have their personality. That's how I get their names.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to customize each candle label to its personality, and it just became too much. So I came up with the uniform look to where it's a lot more chic. I thought about how I would like my candles to look when they are in stores. So I wanted just that more uniform, but they still each have their own personality, as you can see with this one with the
Correct.
sage and hood, and then even with this one, it has, they still have color because I wanted color still too. I'm a very colorful person, so that was that was the process when it came down to picking the vessels, and even just designing the labels.
Okay, so let's talk this. How did you come up with your scents?
Pretty much whatever sounded good to me when I went on to, so I used Candle Science and the Flaming Candle. Those were my first two companies that I started getting fragrances from.
Okay.
And I would read the reviews. I'm very big on reviews. I wanted to see what people were saying about the scents. And then also if I like the name and when I'm looking at the scent notes, I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. Let me try that. So I pretty much, once I started buying the fragrance oils, I think I bought like five different scents and smelled the scent. If it resonated with me, then it was like, you know what, this will be Jamaican dance hall. This one is a very clean scent. So this one came up to me and my mind was like sacred hideaway. And I just wanted just like a plethora of different scents. Some of my scents are custom to where I have mixed fragrance oils myself. Like Rose from Concrete, for example, I knew I wanted something floral, and I'm not big on rose scents, but I know there was a particular scent that I was going for. I wanted it to have like a sweet rose to it, but with the touch of lemon. So when I ordered the two fragrances, I started putting them together, and even though I always took notes, that particular candle, I didn't take notes. I just poured the fragrances together, mixed them, and then did the ratio that I needed for that particular candle and poured it. So once I actually burned it, I was like, oh, this is this is a nice rose scent. Like I could actually do this. And that's how Rose from Concrete came about because it was like I didn't know what was going to come from that. I just decided to just go like that.
Okay. Okay.
So all of the scents, it's just pretty much just whatever resonated with me. But I also had to learn as time went on. There are certain things that I'm not gonna like that somebody else is going to like. So even testing them out, there's some scents that I have released before, and I've looked at my metrics to see it didn't do too well. People don't really take to that one. We put it on the back burner, and we'll try it again with something else. So I definitely wanted to make sure I had fruity, I had floral, I had clean scents, I had masculine scents, sweet scents. I just wanted to be able to give people a variety.
Okay. Okay. What all? Because I think you brought something, but what all do you? Because I just bought the candle. That's what I was
Hmm.
interested in. What all can they find that you actually prepare yourself?
As far as like on the website,
Yes. Like, what can they
um,
buy? What all can we buy from you?
so as far as the website goes, all of my candles that are the 9 ounces, which is these ones here, these are all on the website. And I have 16 scents. I have a masculine collection that consists of three masculine scents. I have the floral collection, which is about three. It's a total of 16. And then you have stuff like Sage and Hood is kind of in the fruity, but also earthy a little bit. So they can definitely find those there. I'm uploading my newest collection, which is called, let me say correct, Mother Earth. So that's MUVA, Mother.
Okay.
Mother Earth is a different type of vessel. So it's more of a shorter one, but it's wide. And it actually has dried florals inside of it. Those
Okay.
scents are actually more geared towards each chakra. I'm getting into that and kind of making that a thing with the business as well. And those are earthy scents. So you have like saddlewood rose, you have sage and seagrass and things like that. They also can find the wax melts on the website. Now, every candle doesn't always have a wax melt to go with it, but once I update the website here within this next month, then each candle that you see that's 9 ounce will also have a matching wax melt that they can purchase with that.
Okay.
As far as me personally, people can get custom candles through me, and that's usually through DM or email. If people want to do custom scents or just custom vessels. I've done custom candles for a friend birthday party and things like that, weddings, personal gifts. I also do incense. So if people have a special request for things that I put out onto my page, but not necessarily on the website, they can get it through me. Also getting into body butters. So that's something that they can contact me personally on to be able to get a custom body butter as well as the room sprays.